see what happens if you cut out all sugars and their substitutes. And of course, what happens is just that one thing, they will lose a ton of weight. And then it kind of gets them more interested in learning about then the other parts of nutrition. And which for elderly people, just you give them a little boost when you just, but sugar is the enemy. There is just no doubt about it.
So what are some of the main hormones that you find that people are, that they need to pay attention to and they need to kind of implement so that their whole life can really change?
That's a great question. And one hormone that I talk about is the worst hormone in the body, and that's prolactin. And a lot of doctors don't check for prolactin, but it is connected with prostate cancer in men and breast cancer in women. And it's very, very important not to have elevated prolactin. And especially, prolactin in a woman is, lactate. It goes up so they're able to breastfeed. A lot of times this level does not go back down, and it is really dangerous to have it stay elevated. So that's just one that a lot of doctors don't check, but we check, and it's really a very important hormone. And I always say everything matters. Everything matters, from pregnenolone to DHEA to, a lot of hormones that in the rest of the world, they are checked and they're monitored. And in the U.S., for some reason, they don't think they mean anything. And so it all matters, and that's why you do really deep, comprehensive testing.
Yeah.
Wow. And then I know that there's a lot of people as they get older, and you've already mentioned this, how they gain weight and, they're not able to lose it no matter what they try. What has been your experience around that?
Well, so there's a term called sarcopenia, and sarcopenia is muscle wasting in the elderly. Now, it has its own ICD-10 code now, so it's a real disease. And what happens, we have patients in their 80s, and we have one guy, for example, 81. And what happens with these patients is they will see a picture of 15 years ago holding up a fish or whatever, and they'll go, oh my gosh, I lost my shoulders, I lost all my muscle. Well, it's called sarcopenia, and again, it's insidious because your muscle mass only goes away at 2 to 3% per year. So in the end, what happens, it adds up. And these late 70s and early 80s guys come in the office and they go, I'm pretty, and they're active, they're slim, but they're what we kind of call skinny fat. They have no muscle. So believe it or not, even we have the 81-year-old guy that we put 10 to 12 pounds on his chest and shoulders. Again, mostly nutrition, because protein is really misunderstood. We're advocates of Dr. Gabrielle Lyons, DO, and she is a muscle-centric person. So she is concerned about building muscle instead of working on losing fat. And so in males, sarcopenia, in elderly males, sarcopenia is dangerous. It is in women also because they get frail, and that's not a good way to live. When you don't have to be frail when you get older.
So are there hormones that you actually implement to help turn that around? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. For instance, testosterone, the most maligned hormone in the male and the female body, is very important, for cognition, mental cognition, focus, feeling of well-being. Starting I'd say 15 years ago, it got more accepted by doctors to balance testosterone in women. It's always been an issue in men. And our levels, I have young guys coming in the clinic, 38 years old, with very, very low testosterone. Again, because of the endocrine disruptors bombarding their parts, okay? So they have very low testosterone. I'm not talking at 50 or 60. I'm talking 35-year-old.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And their
for
adipose
sure,
fat.
Yeah. And so, it's amazing to me, the socially on Facebook and stuff, they'll show a star and they'll say he's got a dad bod already. And it's unbelievable to me. I mean, these guys are in their late 30s. I mean, my dad was fit until he was 85. Okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be that way. We don't have to get heavy. And I think it just got socially accepted. Oh, it's okay. And it's a shame because, 3 generations ago, we didn't walk around with a big gut hanging over our belt.
Yeah.
And, or at least there were very few of them.
Wow. So I think your explanation is really brought to a picture of how much, as Kimberly was talking earlier, of these endocrine disruptors and how much they affect our bodies. So in a way, are we saying, Paul, that it's important that people get a full panel, that they really look at their hormones and really supplement effectively so that they can have the body that we were meant to have? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. They slowly drop off, and then you just don't function correctly. And so we restore their levels to a youthful level, okay, which is not, some people look at it and say, oh, it's steroids. It really isn't. These are hormones in your body since you were 13 or 14 years old. And they're important. And then the other hormones, like I always talk about prolactin, that you use for cancer prevention. And certainly, by the way, we lower a lot of these hormones with just vitamins and minerals that have been lost in the food. We don't intervene with prescription hormones when we can fix it with supplements, and nutrition.
And you can see that in the blood panels that you pull because it gives you such a comprehensive look.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
So what's the main thing you'd like to share with our listeners that would make a difference for them?
I think they don't have to give up their youth. They don't have to give up joy in their life. It's not the aging process. It really isn't. I mean, I think a lot of people go like, well, I feel pretty good 465 or 460. Well, I mean, I'm thinking of one woman right now that comes to me. She's 69 years old, and she is active and just full of energy, and she's slim, and she has a lot of joy and zest in her life. So my message is we don't have to get old and decrepit, if you will. We don't have to get old and have no joy.
I love it. That's my motto. Never give up.
Never give up. Right.
Yeah.
No, this has really been great because people need to take a further look at their health and get the tests that really show what's going on in their body. And you provide that in your clinic there. So I know the name of your company is Men's Complete Health, but you also work with women as well. Am I correct in that?
Yes, and it started because we'd make the husband feel really good, and then they would ask the doctor if we'd work with his wife, and because the wife's gyno was not, helping her out, okay, and so we, the doctor we started taking on women, usually in couples. We work with a lot of couples that are in fitness, and it's really a beautiful thing when you see a couple that are both eating right and they're both exercising together, and so what we're blessed with in Florida is a lot of young retirees. I mean, younger acting, if you will, right?
Yeah.
So so it's really beautiful to see these couples, working out in the gym together and golfing together and kayaking, and we have in our area anyway the youngest old people I've ever seen. It's like sometimes I think, like, where do they get this energy? I mean, they kayak in the morning and they go to the gym and they golf and it's beautiful. Some of these people are in their mid to late 70s and they look fantastic and they're really enjoying life.
And they've turned their life around from, I know there's a colleague of mine who was, he had been on hormone therapy and then he got off and he had forgotten about it. And about a year later, he was like dragging and feeling so bad. He went back on his hormones and boom, he was really so much better. So where can people reach you? You've got a website, right?
Yes, it's menscompletehealth.com. And the number at the clinic is 941-203-8944.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate having you on. Thank you, Paul.
I'd love talking to you guys. Okay, thanks.
Thanks for tuning into our show on SocietyBitesRadio.com. Don't worry if you've missed a show. You can find them all on our website at SarasotaHolisticChamberofCommerce.com.